Hey everybody, it's Gary Vaynerchuk. Been slacking a little bit on the Gary V videos, so I apologize. I've been working on something, and it's thicker. Speaking of this, you might have noticed in my blog post down below shows some screenshots, and I may do another blog post with some more screenshots. I gotta upload this video in Tumblr and see if I can do video and screenshots. I think I can. We'll just do. Can we hack it with some HTML? Anyway, we'll figure that out in a second. But anyway. Very interesting thing happened over the weekend. Saturday night, let me paint you my Saturday night. Spent some time with Misha, my daughter, who's amazing. I mean, zoom in here. I mean, this is just beauty at its finest. Can you get it? Everybody's focused. It's gorge. It's gorge. She's gorge. I'm trying. Is gorge a word? Like, do people say gorgeous? Gorge. I feel like either I just did a douchebaggy thing or I'm inventing a word. Anyway. And then at like 4 o'clock, I was like, you know what? I wanna sell some more books. So let me send out this tweet to do, this receipt thing where, if you buy the book, send me the receipt, and I'm gonna send you something. I had something in my mind that I want to send people. Figured spur up some excitement, have some fun, right? If you can't have fun, why are we playing? And it went real well. A lot of people started buying it. It's a month away now, so book comes out on the 8th, so we're super close. What is it, the 7th? Yeah, so tomorrow is a month from when the book comes out, and so it did really well. And then I started getting competitive and ambitious. I said, "Woo, selling a lot here. Maybe I should make a charge for #1." But I had dinner with my parents, which was amazing, by the way. My parents got a place in New York City now, so it's so nice. My dad works so hard. I work so hard. It's too much of a rarity. So Lizzie and I and my parents, Sasha and Tamara, went out for dinner. We had an amazing time. Had some great sushi of Gary. Big shout out to them. Upper East Side, they're amazing. Great time, great time. And then so much of a great time that we went back to my parents' place and chilled. We all jumped in bed, cuddled. It was amazing. Like, best time. And so I wasn't like stressing to like move the needle. But while I was there, I was like, whoa, book's really still moving up. So I got home. It was like 11 now. So there's this big 4-hour gap. Started kind of promoting on Twitter at like 4. Left at like 6, so I had 2 hours there. 4-hour gap, 5-hour gap, really. And then 11 p.m., I saw it was going, I got back in. And here's what's fascinating to me. From 11 p.m. till 5 in the morning, we were hustling. I just engaged with my community. I wasn't too crazy. I wasn't doing anything. At one point, I jumped on Tiny Chat. Big shout out to those guys at like 4 o'clock in the morning to talk to my community. I tweeted out the Tiny Chat URL. I used Twitter in a very interesting way. People always talk about what's the ROI of social media. My book went from like 7,000. I don't even know. We got to look. I feel like it was like 14,000. It was like 5,000. I don't know. Thousands of rank to the 5th highest selling book on Amazon. And it was done in an interesting way. It wasn't by spamming out and just kept sending out the links, though I was talking my butt off, and I apologize. I normally do a lot more listening. It was just with thousands of replies, reply, and just really fascinating. It was just a whole lot of talking, and more interestingly, a whole lot of listening, right? A whole lot of asking for people to pass it on. And it works because of what I do the other 364 days a year, right? Which is, sure, I'll promote a link of things I'm doing, but there's so much giving. And I think when you understand the global process, somebody sent a tweet. We'll try to dig it up. Phil, try to find this tweet. It was something like, normally this is, this kind of reaction makes me want to unfollow somebody, but I'm going to buy the book. And I thought that was interesting. That was the equity that's built up in a thank you economy. That was the equity built up from the way I roll and the way I try to interact, not turning into a bad moment, but a positive. A couple people said, "Hey, Gary, that's a little too much," and I would respond to them. It was just a really intriguing case study. I think it would be too boring to go back and look at all the tweets that happened, but man, there was a lot, and it was extremely human. And I think that's what I'm really fascinated by, the humanization of business. And of course there's ROI in social media, because when you have a community and they care about you, things happen. I just wanted to make this video as a thank you to everybody who was involved. More importantly, as a video to kind of explain a little further of how it can be done. It's out there. You just have to give a lot more than you take, because when you finally then ask for taking, they'll be there for you. I'm blown away that the book was able to get that high without any other thing. At one point, somebody went to Tiny, again, used Twitter as a communication tool, linked up Tiny Chat. Everybody went there. It was 100 of us, 4 in the morning, brainstorming. Let's get to #1. It was amazing to have that feeling that people cared enough to fight for me at that time in the morning. At one point, somebody posted on Reddit, very big community, right? Then I asked them not to, because it was really just a plug, right? It's the same marketing tactic everybody does. Like, they were trying to push. I don't want to push. I don't want to push. I want to pull. And so, they posted something on Reddit, and then I asked somebody, because I didn't have an account, and I didn't want my first post to be that way. They didn't know if it was real. Who was part of the community to go in there and be like, Gary said this, and they screenshot my chat, which is don't spam Reddit. There's just clearly a different way to market in 2011, because it's, you know, it's funny. I'm even curious if the whole word gets redefined. It's going to be marketing, but it's so much more human. It's almost like living. It's like living and breathing marketing. It's one-on-one, and it's just a very different dynamic. And from somebody who comes from a big sales background, I love marketing, all that, it blows my mind of how the execution of having community can really move the needle on a consistent basis if you're giving back enough. And so some screenshots below. If not, I'll do another blog post, and then you'll have to look above. So below is the first blog post. You'll see some screenshots and some comments. Conceivably above will be some screenshots of some of the things I talked about in the video, but hopefully in this video and in this post there'll be some screenshots. And I haven't even ruled out, I know we don't edit, but I might make you even edit a little bit, Mod. So when I was talking, some screenshots. So anyway, thanks everybody. You know, book's coming out March 8th. I'm gonna give it a plug, why not? And more importantly, have a great day.